look straight southeast to Dickinson State University, and of course Hawks Point over the left field fence. And to my right, the back, Bijou Active, and it is packed at the back. Class B, track and field, they're all over the place. So we got track and field, the hot spot in the state of North Dakota for sports today, right here in the northwest corner of Dickinson. With hundreds and hundreds of track athletes, a bundle of softball players here today, and a nice crowd beginning to arrive. And the high school is going to play here a little bit later today. Tomorrow they'll be playing here. Today they're up in Belcourt at Turtle Mountain. So we've got a busy place for the next 48 hours here. Tomorrow, Dickinson High hosting the Coca-Cola Classic track and field, and that'll bring about a couple hundred athletes, boys and girls, in also for the Class A side of track and field. Let's take a break right now from our pregame sponsors, and we'll be back in about
introducing the starting lineup for
2
your
minutes.
Dickinson State University Blue Hawks. And now the home team on the scoreboard, the Valley City State Vikings. Batting first, jersey number 6, first baseman Pascal Keene. Batting second in right field, jersey number 22, Madden Bogenreef. Batting third, the designated player, jersey number 43, Kennedy Stone. Batting fourth, jersey number 97 at second base, Kylie Baynard. Batting fifth, jersey number 9 in center field, Jenna Decker. Batting sixth, jersey number 11, the catcher, Regan Mirez. Batting seventh, jersey number 21, third baseman, Caitlin McNeil.
Home game scheduled play in Valley City. Of course, I talked earlier about with you the fact that Valley City, Paul McDonald, the SID, indicated the snow and rain yesterday. They just have water continuing to come up and through the softball diamond area, so they're not playing. In fact, they're going to come out here and play next Wednesday. Another game here at Bijou at the Bravera field here, as they will be in action here next Wednesday. I believe Mayville State, if I'm not mistaken, is their opponent. I didn't double check that, but they will be playing again here. Well, we're going to have our national anthem here. Jefferson Beck and Todd Fisher are umpires for the ball game. Let's pick up our national anthem. Stockton Stevenson will lead it off for Dickinson State. Selena Wilhelm will bat in the number 2 spot, followed by Brock, that should be Lejeski, Brooke Lejeski. The catcher will bat number 3. Riley Hubby will play third base hit cleanup. Octavia Meyer, the DP, batting number 5. Jaden Sable, the first baseman, will play and bat number 6. Jessica Dugan hits number 7 in left field. Ellie Farrington, center field, hits number 8. Ashley Potter, the right fielder, hits number 9. The flex player is the pitcher, Hope Flaft. She will not bat. Defensively, it'll be Decker in center field. That's a familiar name. Jenna Dickinson High product. In center field for Valley City, Kukalinski in left field. Bogan Reef in right field. Nicole at shortstop. Bannard at second base. Keene will be at first base. And also McNeil at third base. Maddie Hazelton on the mound. And Morales behind the plate for Valley City. Valley City on the season comes into the ball game with a record of 16-13 overall. Dickinson State 22-12. Conference play, Valley City 6-2, Dickinson State 10-4. Basically tied for first place are those two teams. Dickinson State has played 6 more games, if you can believe that, than Valley City. That's what the weather's done. We'll save our Justin Glass and Coke break for in between the top half and the bottom half. Dickinson in their blue uniforms, all blue. First pitch in there for a strike to Seth Stevenson, who leads it off for Dickinson State. And our first pitch coming this afternoon, right on time. How about that? 2 p.m. Mountain Time. 58 sunshine, a south wind at about 15 to 20 to 25 miles per hour. Beautiful afternoon here at Bavaria Field. There's the bunt attempt. Bat pulled back. Pitch misses outside. And we're even on the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, the wind kind of switching from the south a little bit to the southwest, and once in a while almost blowing straight in, which makes it a southeast wind. But again, quickly ready to go to work on the mound. Nice pitch that time, way out of the strike zone, and trying to reach up and put it on the ground that time was leadoff hitter Stevenson. Waved and missed at it. So the count runs to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Great to be with you on KDIX Radio, 1230 AM FM 100.7, KDIX.net, live across southwest and western North Dakota today. There's a bouncer to third base. A third baseman up quickly. The strike to first base. A nice job that time by McNeil. 5-3 on the putout. 1 up, 1 down for Dickinson State in the top of the first. And again, as we mentioned, Consolidated Channel 18. We're with them live TV today throughout doubleheaders. Again, they'll be here today and tomorrow live here with coverage of the Dickinson State University Blue Hawk softball also. So ready to go back to work on the mound with 1 down now is Hazelton. Maddie comes into the contest, one of the leaders for Valley City on the mound. That pitch gets the corner for a strike, paints the corner. Hazelton on the year, 8-8 on the season, has the most wins and the most losses, a 3.61 ERA for the young lady on the mound. 0-1 the count to Wilhelm. That pitch goes up high. And that time, Selena watches it sail out of the strike zone, so the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Remember, first of 2, we'll have both of them for you here on KDIX Radio. Again, ready to go to work quickly. On the mound, to wind up the pitch, bounded down the first base line, just follow over the bag, but got to the bag and then decided to stay in follow territory, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes, so 1-2 the count. Trying to get it by the first baseman that time, Keene, but just couldn't get it across the bag, so it rolls into follow territory. Again, ready to go to work. Here comes the 1-2 delivery, right into the screen. Valley City again on the season at 16-13 and 6-2. Dickinson State 22-12 and 10-4. Again ready on the mound, the right-hander. Hazelton goes to work. Maddie takes her time. This time delivers. That pitch sails way out of the strike zone. She kind of pumps her fist and shakes her head. Didn't like that pitch. I think it came off the hand a little bit before she wanted it to. So the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. Again ready. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on. Top of the first. Bounder to the second baseman. Down to 1 knee. Goes Bannard and over to first base. And that's an easy 4-3 put out. So 1 to third, 1 to second. And Hazelton kind of cruising through the top of the first inning here. Dickinson State, again, just a reminder, when you hear me say top of the inning for Dickinson State, they are the visitors in this ball game. Valley City State is the host team. They were scheduled to play this weekend in Valley, but couldn't play because of field conditions, so they still wear the home role on the scoreboard and scorebook. There's a pitch slapped towards the Valley City State dugout, out of play. Lajeski comes to the plate. This young lady's having herself a pretty good year. 442, has 42 hits on the season, 12 doubles, 8 home runs, 41 RBIs, slugging percentage of .821. That's pretty good, and she's been player of the week a couple of times, and she has earned those. She is an outstanding player, the catcher for Dickinson State. Brooke ready at the plate. Here comes the pitch on the way, right at me, but the screen and window are there. Thank goodness for that. And the count goes to 0-2. Big cut by Lajeski, and the count 0-2 now. Hazelton will get ready again on the mound. That infield sets behind her. McNeil, Nicola on the left side, third and short. Bannard and Keene on the right side, second and first. Maris behind the plate has the sign. Hazelton gets it, delivers it. This is high and outside for a ball. 1-2 the count, so a 1-2 count. So a 1-2 count. Again ready. The delivery will come from the right-hander, Hazelton, with nobody on, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Nice little crowd from Valley City here. Nice crowd from Dickinson State here also, as they're taking in a sunshiny. We haven't had a lot of sunshiny days like this as of late, so it's kind of nice. The sun feels really good. The wind comes and goes a little bit, anywhere between about 15 and 25. Now the flag's hardly moving at all in left center field. There's a bounder towards the shortstop. Nicola up with it. A low throw over to first base. Bounces it in the dirt. Gets away from the first baseman. The right fielder backs it up, but not before. Lejeski is down at second base, so that'll be an E6 on the throw. And Dickinson State keeps the inning alive. Riley Hubby comes to the plate. Hubby, the third baseman, hitting in the cleanup spot. Kylie again readies herself at the plate. Kylie again goes to work. At the plate, here's the pitch right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 the count. She's been in the strike zone, she being Hazelton for Valley City State throughout most of this first inning. She hasn't missed many. Again, Hazelton ready on the mound. The right-hander with the windup and the pitch. Outside corner, beautiful spot at the knees. And the count goes even, goes to 0-2, excuse me. 0-2 the count. Maddie again ready to go back to work. Hazelton's delivery way outside. Good waste pitch, thinking maybe Hubby would chase it, but Kylie did not. Kylie had 364 on the season. 33 RBI, second in the team in RBI, second in home runs with 5 this season through 34 games. That pitch way outside high for a ball. 2-2 the count. Octavia Meyer on deck for Dickinson State, the designated player. And that outfield moves around for Valley City. Kukalinski in left, Decker and Bogenreef in right. Decker in center. They're deep, playing very deep. Here comes the pitch, swinging, strike 3. Took a bit off that, and Hubby swung right through it. And that ends the top half of the first inning here at Bavera Field, Sanford Sports Complex in Dickinson. No runs on no hits, 1 Valley City State error, and there was 1 left on base. Half inning in the books. We go to the home half of the first in Dickinson with Valley City State, the home team, back in 90 seconds after this from Justin Glass and Coca-Cola.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
You have big dreams for your community. At Bravera, so do we. Giving back more than $1 million locally each year. It's something bigger than time and money. We give heart. Wearing bright yellow and lending a hand. It's not just giving back.
Watch your step.
It's building forward.
Nice and easy.
With local sponsorships and decision making, the impact is felt everywhere. It's who we are. Bravera. Let's forge ahead together.
At Consolidated, we believe that neighbors serving neighbors is what it's all about. Now, when you partner with us, we'll give you up to $150 bill credit for every neighbor or friend you refer to Consolidated. Receive a $50 credit for one service, a $100 credit for 2, even $150 for all 3 services. Choose from internet, telephone, or cable TV. Plus, there's no limit on referrals. Get to know your neighbor and earn $150 in bill credit. Find out more at consolidatednd.com.
For a strike to Pascal Keene, leading it off here. 0-1 the count. Keene, the first baseman for Valley City State University, steps back into the batter's box with the count at 0-1. Keene hitting at .344, gets the pitch again and watches it sail into the catcher's mitt. Strike 2. And at third base, Dickinson State has Hubby, Stevenson at short, Wilhelm at second, and Sable at first. Pitch on the way, 0-2 delivery. The traditional waste pitch, trying to get the batter Keene to chase that pitch a bit outside and low, and she did not, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1-2 the count. Now our flag's absolutely not moving at all. Completely calm now at the ballpark. High fly ball behind home plate. Coming back behind the umpire and calling it in is Lejeski for out number 1. So F2 on the follow out for Kane. Bogenreef comes to the plate. Bogenreef hits from the left-hand side. Madden, again, ready to go to work against Hope Fath. Fath ready. The Dickinson Trinity product, and of course Dickinson I softball player. Trinity and Dickinson I co-op for softball. And Hope again had a good athletic career at Dickinson I. Dickinson Trinity had a great softball career at Dickinson High when they co-opted, and now having a good year at Dickinson State on the mound. Count 0-2 quickly to Bogenreef. Bogenreef falls behind the right fielder. Gets right up on the back portion of that batter's box. Another pitch high and away for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Bogenreef, solid hitter at .329 for the Vikings. Coached by Matt Gable in his 3rd season. Here's the pitch. That one sails outside for ball 2. 2-2 the count. And of course, Kirsten Fleury in her 16th season, the veteran for Dickinson State, the head coach for the Blue Hawks. Both these teams really good, solid softball programs. Again ready. 2-2 count on the way. Swinging strike 3. Took a bit off it and waving and missing on the pitch. Goes Bogenreef, and the count clears off the board, and that is strikeout number 1. Out number 2. Kennedy Stone to the plate. Stone, the designated player. She leads Valley City State 443. What a year she is having for Valley City State. That pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Stone has a total of 35 hits. That leads Valley City State in that category. 9 doubles, the leader there also. 22 RBIs. This one poked in the right field, drifting back and medium deep right field and hauling it in is Potter for out number 3. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Hope Fath on the mound for Dickinson State. Valley City goes down in the bottom of the 1st on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We've got 1 inning in the books from Bavera Field, Southwood Sports Complex in Dickinson, North Dakota. Frontier Conference Softball on KDIX Radio, consolidated live television across Southwest and Western North Dakota. I'm Rod Kleinen with the play-by-play, and we'll come back with second inning action in 1 minute.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Need a new car? Well, Dan is your man.
What do you mean I'm your man?
Well, you're the one that came up with the idea of free car washes for life.
That was a great idea. Look, here comes another one.
Da-da-da! Crime fighters to the rescue!
Buy any vehicle from Dan Porter Motors and enjoy free car washes for life.
Gonna need more bubbles.
Wait a second. Who's Bubbles?
Dan Porter Motors, baby approved, grown up guaranteed.
Well, back with you. First pitch coming to Octavia Meyer is in there for a strike, the DP. Second pitch comes in high from Hazelton, ball 1. So 1-1 the count, no score. Top of the second inning as we bring you coverage here of Frontier Conference softball action today right here on KDIX Dickinson. And again, we're glad to be with you on Consolidated TV, also Channel 18 and all across Southwest and Western North Dakota. That pitch just a little bit low. Had the corner, but just under the knees, between the ankles and knees. And the right hand stayed down and the left hand moved outwards, and it's ball 2. Or ball 3, they say. I got 2-1. They've got 3-0 on the board, so I guess we'll play with the board instead of my count. And that pitch in there for a strike. Count 3-1 now. 99% of the time, the umpire and the scoreboard are right. The other 1% definitely isn't me, so we're going to go with the 3-1 count. Here comes a 3-1 delivery, bounded down the third baseline, foul territory outside the coaching box. It'll be retrieved there by McNeil, and she'll get the ball back to Hazelton, and Maddie will go back to the mound. After falling behind 3-0, she's brought that count back now to 3-2. No score. Valley City State, Dickinson State, the two teams atop the Frontier Conference in softball, 6-2 Valley, 10-4 Dickinson State. Manage push that one in the foul territory. So the count will stay full at 3-2. 3-2 the count. And we'll be with you for game number 2 also today here on KDIX. It's a nice afternoon. Bright blue skies, sunshine, 58. On times it's a bit breezy, times it's not breezy. The kind of wind kind of comes to go ball 4. Meyer coaxes the walk. First walk of the ball game for Hazelton. Sable to the plate. Jaden Sable comes to the plate. So Sable hits from the right-hand side. She's a utility player out of Potterville, California, just a freshman, and she's playing in the ball game today at first base for Dickinson State. Bunt attempt, nicely done, just one play. That goes to first base, and the runner retired out of the sack bunt. Sable does her job. It'll be a put out, 1-4 at first base.
Now batting number 23.
Down the second goes Meyer. Dugan to the plate. Jessica Dugan, the left fielder, steps to the plate. Dugan hits from the right-hand side. Dugan at .333 on the year. Pitch on the way. Down low for a ball. 1-0 the count, so 1-0 count. And these two teams will play 2 today and 2 tomorrow. All 4 will be on KDIX Radio and Consolidated TV. Again, ready to go to work. Here comes the pitch. Down low and inside for a ball. 2-0 the count. Third baseman going to come over. Some words. McNeil for her pitcher, Hazelton. And now ready to go back to work on the mound is Hazelton. Maddie readies herself. Delivery on the way. Swung on and missed. Big cut, big miss. And the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Dugan again, the left fielder for Dickinson State, batting number 7. Farrington and Potter, the 8 and 9 hitters, awaiting their turn to the plate. Here in the top of the second, DSU and Valley City scoreless. That one into the screen. And much like the first batter, the last batter, that she lost on the count. This one goes 2-2, fell behind 2-0. Now it's 2-2. Fell behind Meyer 3-0, brought it back to 3-2, and then Meyer reached on a base on ball. And off on second base is Meyer. Here comes the 2-2 delivery, just about hit her. She ducks out of the way and gets that foot out of the way, and the count goes full, 3-2. So second batter in the second inning that Hazelton has gone full count to. This one being Dugan, the left fielder, on second base, I should say, Meyer. Too many baseball games this week. I want him to take a lead off second, but you can't in softball. They got to stay on the bag, not off the bag. So the count stays 3-2 as that one is fouled away. Dugan will step back into the batter's box with the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 the count. Again, ready. Here's the pitch on the way. Got her looking. Beautiful pitch. Dugan froze, and the right hand comes up. Strikeout number 2 in the ball game. After Dugan into the batter's box comes Farrington, the center fielder, Ellie Farrington. Farrington hits from the right hand. Oh, no, she's going to step in from the left hand side, so Farrington steps in. 301 hitter on the season. Pitch on the way. Ball 1. 0-1 the count. So Dickinson, both innings, has had runners on second, unable to do anything with it, both times with 2 outs. Hazelton looks to that wristband. She's ready. Here's the delivery. Up high for ball. 2-0 the count. Well, a lot of pitches in this inning. This will be the 17th pitch of the inning. 18th pitch, actually. A pitch in there for a strike, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Hazelton does a nice job falling behind, and then she works her way right back into it. Some pitchers get down 2-0, 3-0, and just can't come back, but Hazelton's done a nice job in this inning. That one's stroked follow to the Dickinson side, the third base dugout side. The count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a very busy place here in Northwest Dickinson at the Sanford Sports Complex. We've got softball. We've got hundreds and hundreds of athletes just over the berm there at the back today. Dickinson Trinity hosting a Class B meet in track and field. So we got people all over the place up here. Here comes the pitch down the left field line. That'll drift follow. And likewise, tomorrow will be the same. Only difference will be in track. It'll be Class A teams represented at the Bijou Activity Center with the Coca-Cola Classic track and field meet tomorrow. That will be held at the BAC. We're looking for highs tomorrow in the low 70s. So today we might get up to 60 degrees. We're at 58 degrees right now. But yesterday was a chilly one. That pitch low and away. Ball 3. So another full count for Hazelton. The third batter of 4 she has faced for the count has gone full. And again, the lefty, Ellie Farrington, steps back in. Runner on second is Meyer. Pitch on the way. Bounded towards the shortstop. Fielded cleanly. Throw over to first. It's high, but staying on the bag. Well, the shortstop and stopped threw it away. She had an error earlier on the jet ski. This one is just about an error, but good job by the first baseman, Keene, to go up and get it. 6-3 on the putout, and that ends the inning for Dickinson State. No runs on no hits. There were no Valley City State errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the home half of the second inning from Bavaria Field at the Sanford Sports Complex in Dickinson, North Dakota. Frontier Conference softball. Valley City State nothing, Dickinson State nothing. We're back on Consolidated Television and KDIX Radio. We'll be back with you in 1 minute.
Visit StacksMotor.com for information on available vehicles and business relief programs.
We come back, leading it off. Number 97, Kylie Baynard comes to the plate. Baynard, 2-0 the count as Pfaff misses the first 2 pitches. Pitch on the way. This one right down the middle in there for a strike. Hope Pfaff, the right-hander for Dickinson State, had a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first. Baynard steps up to the plate for Valley City State. Right-handed hitter. Second baseman, ready at the plate. That pitch swung on and missed. Off balance swing by Baynard. Liked it, but kind of lost balance and waved and missed. So Baynard hitting at .408 on the season. Has the count come even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. Baynard again. Back into the batter's box. Pfaff ready on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Got her again. That little changeup. She chased it. Strikeout number 2 for Hope Pfaff. Out number 1 for Valley City. Jenna Decker, the Dickinson High product, stepping up to the plate. Decker, a solid season again this year for the talented young lady out of Dickinson High School. Decker, .330 on the year, 20 RBIs, a couple of home runs for Jenna this year. She hits right-handed. Here's the pitch on the way, down low for a ball, 1-0 the count. So 1-0 the count. Valley City, the maroon pants, white jerseys, Dickinson State all blue today here at the Bavaria Field in Dickinson, North Dakota. No score on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. That one followed into the screen. 1-1 the count. So 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody on, 1 out. We play here in the bottom of the second inning. Again, Valley City State, the home team in this weekend series, because originally scheduled to be played in Valley City, but field conditions did not allow it, so they're playing all 4 games of this series here. That pitch way out of the strike zone. Pfaff took a bit off, and that one really sailed on her. So the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, that wind out of the south. The flags moments ago weren't moving. Now they're moving a bit, so about 15 to 20, maybe 25 miles an hour at times. Here's a pitch. The line towards the second baseman. That's what you call a lucky hop, a friendly hop, whatever kind of hop you want to call it. She kind of just looked away, and the ball skipped right into her glove right in front of her off the turf, and she is being Wilhelm, and she fields it cleanly and goes over to first base 4-3. Decker spanked it, and it got to her in a hurry, and it came right off the artificial surface right into her glove, and then she looked into the glove and flipped it over to first base for the 4-3 putout. Maris to the plate. Reagan, the catcher, takes that pitch for a strike. Regan, I should say. Regan. Maris comes to the plate. So Regan to the plate. Pitch on the way. Outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Happ again ready on the mound. Maris ready at the plate. Delivery. Pitch on the way. Now low for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody on. 2 outs for Valley. In the bottom half of inning number 2, no score. On the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Bath ready with the delivery for the Blue Hawks. That one sails inside corner, or outside corner, but too low. So the count goes to 3-1. So 3-1 the count. Good spot, just a little bit low. Away from the right-handed hitter, just off the knees. Here comes the 3-1 delivery. Fly ball, right field. And underneath it in shallow right field is Potter. She ended the first inning with a catch for out number 3. She ends the second inning with a catch for out number 3 as Valley City goes 1-2-3 again. No runs, no hits, no errors. 6 in a row retired by Bath. We play 2 complete. We go to the top of the third. CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Valley City State nothing. Dickinson State nothing. We're back in 1 minute.
At Infinity Real Estate Group, we go to great lengths to find the answers to most any questions our clients may have. We strive to do our best to personalize your buying or selling experience with firsthand knowledge.
I really love Dickinson. How is the weather here in North Dakota?
You know what? It's amazing. We can have all 4 seasons in 1 week. When it's time to choose the team to represent you with all your real estate needs, choose Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
Infinity Real Estate Group.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
Sports Complex, Rivera Field here, this beautiful brand new complex in Dickinson, just to the north of the back and just to the west of Hawks Point and just off the campus across the way of Dickinson State University. What a facility. Pitch is bunted, foul ball. At the plate, Potter trying to get the bunt down, could not. Ashley steps back into the batter's box. The senior out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Bismarck High School. Been a fixture for this Dickinson State Blue Hawk roster for 3-4 years. Really been solid for head coach Kirsten Fleury. Here comes the pitch on the way. That's up high. For a ball. Legal pitch was called. Not quite sure why. But the sign came right away. So the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, ready on the mound, Hazelton. Here comes the righty's pitch. Outside corner. Boy, she paints that outside corner to right-handed hitters really nice. Gets it about at the kneecap, and it's just a tough pitch for a right-hander to come around and go for it. You think it's not going to get there, and it gets to the corner, and it gets to the knees, and you get the bat on the shoulder, and it doesn't come off. That pitch sails up a little bit higher, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. But she's had good placement most of the afternoon. Second inning threw a lot of pitches. As we said, she had 3 full counts in the 4 batters she faced, but got out of it with no damage, so did not get into any problems. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. Big cut by Potter, and she can't catch that ball. That was up around the shoulders, and Potter goes down swinging. That's strikeout number 3 for Hazelton, out number 1 for Dickinson in the top of the third. Back to the top of the order. Stockton Stevenson will lead it off. So Stockton steps into the lineup, a .380 hitter for the Blue Hawks. 19 RBIs. She's been solid. Hits from the left-hand side. Went 5-3, third to first in her first plate appearance in the top of the first inning. Remember, Dickinson State, the visitors here in this series. That pitch bounded down the third base line, foul. McNeil had her played right, but that ball bounced well into foul territory. When those left-handed hitters tried to slap it on the bounce down that third base side, and Stevenson did just that, but got it too far on the follow side of the third base line, and strike one, they'll call. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. Out of play over the Dickinson State dugout, and the count goes to 0-2, so 0-2 the count. Dickinson State again at 22-12 and 10-4, and Valley City State 16-13, 6-2. Kind of Dickinson State has played in the conference 14 games, Valley City just 8. But the Vikings, by virtue of that 6-2 record, have the top spot in the conference, and Dickinson State right behind them. And then comes Providence College out of Great Falls, Montana, right behind them. So those three teams trying to separate a little bit from the rest of the field. 8 teams in the Frontier Conference. Again ready, the 1-2 delivery on the way. Did she go? I'm going to appeal down there. She did, yep. I thought so, and the appeal comes, and that's strikeout number 4. Wilhelm to the plate. Wilhelm, Selena, went second to first, her first time up. Wilhelm, one of the top hitters for Dickinson State at .388 on the year. Good with the bat. Again, ready. Neither team has had a hit in this ball game as they play here in the top of the third. Valley City State hasn't had a base runner through 2 innings. Dickinson State's had a runner on each inning. Got the second with 2 outs for both runners in both cases, but no further than that. That pitch, a little line shot right at the shortstop. Shoulder high grab by Nicola, and that's out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning. The first of the afternoon for Hazelton. That's an F6 on the scoreboard, and the board clears, and we'll do the same. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. For Dickinson State, we go to the bottom of the third. CHI, St. Alexius Health scoreboard. It is Valley City State nothing, Dickinson State nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Saving money feels impossible when you're young, but Western Cooperative Credit Union is here to help. Our CU Succeed program gives you monthly interest payments, free checking, easy and secure online banking, and a 1% discount on a one-time loan. Plus, earn cash for being on the honor roll with our Good Grades program. Get started today at WCCU.org, Western Cooperative Credit Union. Join the herd. Visit us today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Well, back with you at Rivera Field. Leading it off, it'll be McNeil, followed by Hazelton and Kukalinski. And again, Dickinson State and Valley City State scoreless. McNeil, the third baseman, number 7 hitter. Hope Bath ready on the mound. Pitch on the way, low and away for a ball. 1 strike. Again, bottom of the third inning here at Rivera Field. Valley City State, the home standing team in this series. Again, they will be the home team today and tomorrow. These games are originally scheduled for Valley City, North Dakota, and the field conditions didn't allow it, so they moved it to this great complex. Where here at the, of course, Rivera Field, it's all turf. The other 3 fields are infield, early outfield turf, and then natural grass for the remainder of the outfield on the other diamonds here at the Rivera Field. Strikeout number 3 in the ball game. Hope Fath throws it by McNeil, and that will be out number 1. Fath now has retired 7 in a row as she works here in the bottom of the third to Maddie Hazelton. Hazelton, the pitcher, hits from the right-hand side. Outfield, pretty deep. Potter in right. Center field is Farrington. Dugan in left field. Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball. 1-0 the count. So 1-0 count. Again, first of 2 today, 2 more tomorrow. And again, ready on the mound. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. Right down the middle for a strike. And the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Pfaff again, the right-hander for Dickinson State on the year. A record of 7-1, an ERA of 3.04. A little looper on the left side, reaching up in front of the third shortstop is the third baseman, Hubby, in front of Stevenson for out number 2 on the F5 on the infield flyout. 8 in a row now retired by Pfaff as she faces the 9th batter in the lineup. Kukulinski steps to the plate. So Kukulinski to the plate. Kukulinski hits from the left side. That pitch down low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Avery at .365 on the season for Valley City State, the lefty. Wears number 13 on the jersey, the white jersey here for the Vikings. That pitch followed out a play. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Kukulinski again readies herself at the plate. She's out of Esco, Minnesota. She's a junior. And again, ready. Pfaff on the mound. That pitch down low for ball 2. So 2-1 the count. So a 2-1 count. Dickinson State nothing. Valley City State nothing. We play here. Valley City at the plate in the bottom of the 3rd. Here comes the delivery. Ball 2, excuse me. So 2-1 now the count. So, no, there we go, 3-1. That's what I had. Thank you, Todd Fisher. We agreed. I actually had it right. All right. I thought that was ball 3. Now they got the board still at 2-1, but it is 3-1. Here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball. So that's the first base runner for Valley City State. Pfaff had retired 8 in a row prior to that walk with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. And that'll bring the leadoff hitter to the plate. Pascal Keene, comes to the plate. Keene hits from the right side. She followed out to the catcher. Her last time up. Zajeski leading off the bottom of the 1st. Batting here now in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the pitch on the way. Up high for a ball. 1-0 the count. So 1-0 count. Again, Dickinson State's pitching staff. Pfaff is 7-1. Ava Yana, another Dickinson Trinity. Dickinson High product at 5-2. And Regan King is at 6-4 for their pitching staff for Dickinson State. So all of a sudden now, ball 2. So Pfaff again after tying 8 in a row. A little bit of control problems here in the bottom of the 3rd. That runner on first is Kukulinski. Here's the pitch. Outside corner. That gets the strike. So that ends that string of balls. And it brings up the count to 2-1. So 2-1 the count. Infield. Back at short for Dickinson State. Stevenson in at 3rd. Hubby. 2-1 delivery on the way. High fly ball on the infield. Giving way to the left fielder is the shortstop, and that's going to be hauled in by Dugan for out number 3. So again for Valley City State, F7. Again, Dickinson State stops Valley City in the bottom of the 3rd with no runs on no hits. There were no Dickinson errors, and there was 1 left on base. 3 complete. We got goose eggs galore. Both teams, no runs, no hits. Valley City State does have an error, and we go to the top of the 4th on Consolidated TV and KDIX Radio. We'll be back in 1 minute.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
First pitch swinging that time for Dickinson State. Lejeski, and she just spanks it back at the pitcher that time, and not able to field it. Hazelton, but got a glove on it and poked it right to the second baseman, Baynard. And that is fielded and thrown to first. So that's a 1-4-3 putout for Valley City State against the top hitter for Dickinson State, Lejeski, who reached on an error last time, hit it hard that time, but robbed of that hit. Nice job by the second baseman, Baynard, to get it over to first. Here's the pitch. Line to the shortstop. To her knees she goes. That one just hammered by Hubby. And going to the knees, Nicola reaches out and brings it in so quickly. 2 pitches, 2 outs. And up to the plate, Octavia Meyer. Meyer walked her last time up. Dickinson State's had 2 base runners. 1 via an error, 1 via a walk. Valley City's had just 1 base runner, that via a walk. Nobody's had a hit yet. Who will be first to get a hit? Who will be first to get a run? It is 0-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Again, just a reminder, if you're joining us and saying, Rod, what's wrong with you? Dickinson State's playing. And how come they're the visitors? Well, they're the visitors because this is a Valley City State home weekend. They moved the games here because of field conditions in Valley City, but Valley City maintains the home status on the scorebook and on the scoreboard. So the count at 2-0, so it's a 2-0 count. I know I'm getting old, but not that old. But anyway, that's why Valley City is the home team today. Here's the pitch. That one followed to the backstop, half swing. And Octavia Maya has the count go 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 the count. 2 outs quickly here. As we said, just 2 pitches and 2 outs. As Brooke Lejeski went out 1-4-3, and then Hubby lined it to shortstop, but going to her knees and reaching over her body to pull it in was the shortstop, Nicola. That pitch low, 3-1 the count, so a 3-1 count. Sable on deck for Dickinson State. No score, top of the 4th inning. Very quickly played ball game here at Rivera Field. First when there's no runs, no hits, not a lot of walks. There's a bounder right back to the pitcher. Fielded cleanly and over to first base. We'll go Hazelton, so it's a 1-3 putout. Now Hazelton has retired. We had a nice job by Dickinson State's Hope Fast. She retired the first 8 batters she faced. Now Hazelton has come back, and she has retired the last 9 batters she has faced. So we got a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel going here at Rivera Field. Dickinson State, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We go to the home half of the 4th. Valley City State nothing, Dickinson State nothing. Back and consolidated in KDIX. Let's make this a 30-second break. Let's take a 30-second break and back with more action from Rivera Field in Dickinson.
You have big dreams for your community. At Rivera, so do we. Giving back more than $1 million locally each year. It's something bigger than time and money. We give heart. Wearing bright yellow and lending a hand. It's not just giving back.
Watch your step.
It's building forward.
Nice and easy.
With local sponsorships and decision making, the impact is felt everywhere. It's who we are. Rivera. Let's forge ahead together.
Have you ever left home wondering if you locked the front door or closed the garage door? Did you forget to turn out the lights or lower the thermostat? Who's watching and protecting your home when you're away? Consolidated Home Security and Automation can take care of the little things so you don't have to. With 24/7 monitoring backed by local techs and support, Consolidated has you covered. Call 483-4000. Convenience, comfort, and control in one app. Total peace of mind.
And the ball just drifted right off that area, and the count goes to 0-1. Fap again ready, foul tip that time. Off the catcher's glove, off the umpire's shoulder and face mask into the backstop, and 0-2 the count. Hope Fap in this ball game again has walked 1, struck out 3. No runs given up and no hits. We haven't had a hit. We're looking for our first hit of this ball game. Here comes the pitch by either team. That pitch outside, ball 1, so 1 ball and 2 strikes, so 1-2 the count. So 1-2 count. Path again readies herself. Works pretty quickly, does Hope. Here comes the pitch on the way. Fly ball, third base side. That'll drift out of play into the picnic party area to behind the third base stadium seats here. And the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. Took a bit off and didn't get to the plate. The count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. So a 2-2 count. 58 degrees, bright blue skies, sunshine, south breeze, about 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's the pitch. Lined right at the first baseman. Slapping her glove at it. Couldn't haul it in that time. Was Sabo, but she was able just to slap it on the ground right in front of her. Boy, that's been the hardest hit ball by either ball club. Bogenreef just ripped it. Sabo slapped it to the ground and picked it up and stepped on first base for the 3 unassisted of Bogenreef. And that'll bring Kennedy Stone to the plate. She flew out to Potter back in inning number 1. So out number 1. And again, Fath ready to go back to work. Hope on the mound. Readies herself. Here comes the windup and the pitch. Fly ball. Center field. Will it stay in the park? Yes, it does. Nice catch out there in center field. Hauling it in. That time it got up in the wind a little bit, and that wind kind of pushing it, like we said, from left field to kind of, or from right field, kind of across center field to left field. And that one was going straight across toward center field, right on the S, which is straightaway center of Dickinson State. Looked like it might have a chance, but Farrington stayed with it, and then it drifted a little bit to the left center field side and stayed in the park for a long out. So that's 2 hard hit balls by Valley City State, and both outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Here comes the pitch on the way, down low for a ball, 1-0. Baynard to the plate. Kylie last time up, struck out. She is 0 for 1. Baynard again readies herself. Here's the pitch on the way. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Baynard wears number 97 on the jersey. Out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, a sophomore. Here comes the pitch. Right up the middle. There we go. We have our first hit of the ball game as Baynard turns on it, and Valley City State gets hit number 1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. So Baynard keeps the inning alive, and that's hit number 1 for Valley City State. Just hit number 1 for either team in the ball game. And Decker to the plate. She went out second to first, her first time up. So Jenna Decker, the number 5 hitter, the Dickinson High product, steps into the batter's box. Jenna on the year, hitting at .330. Here comes the delivery. Outside corner, Athens for a strike. 0-1 the count, so an 0-1 count. Bottom of the 4th inning, no score. Valley City State with their second base runner of the ball game. Strike 2. That one popped the catcher's mitt. You can hear in the crowd mic. 0-2 the count. Their other base runner was Kukalinski, who walked in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And now Baynard just got our first hit by either team here in this inning. That pitch outside for a ball. 1-2 the count. So 1-2 count. So 1-2 the count. Decker steps out. She'll step back in. Jenna readies herself. Here's the pitch on the way. Foul ball into the screen. Decker will get another opportunity. Decker, a sophomore. 1-2 count. Runner at first base. Baynard. There's a fly ball in the infield. Drifting into follow territory. I actually think it was a foul ball. Yes, it was. Oh, nope, they say a fair ball. It's out. So Decker will pop out. Half 3 for out number 3. And that brings an end to the inning. So no runs on 1 hit. We haven't said that all afternoon long. We finally get a hit in the books for either team, and it was Valley City State. No errors, 1 left on base. 4 complete. CHI St. Alexis South Scoreboard, Consolidated TV, KDIX Radio. We're back in 60 seconds. No score. Valley City and Dickinson State back in a minute.
Banking is some of the most important things in your life, and banking at the right bank is very important. We're really proud of our bank because we have great people, and our people are what make our bank go. We always want to treat our customers right and do the best job we can for them, and try to do things to help make our communities better.
Need a new car? Well, Dan is your man.
What do you mean I'm your man?
Well, you're the one that came up with the idea of free car washes for life.
That was a great idea. Look, here comes another one.
Da-da-da! Crime fighters to the rescue!
Buy any vehicle from Dan Porter Motors and enjoy free car washes for life.
Gonna need more bubbles.
Wait a second. Who's Bubbles?
Dan Porter Motors, baby approved, grown up guaranteed.
You can bowl and have food and drinks all in one spot. The Paragon Bowl and Chance Sports Club, West Fullard, Dickinson.
Well, we come back. 0-1 the count to Sable, who had a sacrifice bunter last time up, and that count goes to even now at 1 ball, 1 strike, as Sable, the first baseman, the sacrifice bunt back in the second inning. So no official at bat for Jaden Sable out of Porterville, California. Just a freshman. Readies herself at the plate. Here's a 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. And the count goes to 1-2. So 1-2 the count. Top of the 5th inning. Pitcher's duel. A true pitcher's duel here. Buses all over the place with that track meet and softball going here. Again ready. Here's the pitch. Got her looking. So strikeout number 5. Let's double check that. Yep, number 5 in the ball game for the right-hander. Dugan to the plate. She struck out. Her last time up was the second strikeout victim. So you got a big Class B track and field meet going on at the Bijou Activity Center, right over the berm here, right over the first base side, the right field side of the sports complex here, the Sanford Sports Complex in Rivera Field. No score, Valley City State, Dickinson State. That pitch in there for strike 2, so 0-2 the count. So 0-2 the count. As Hazelton working to the number 7 hitter, Dugan, for Dickinson State. Left fielder. Thought about it, kept the bat on the shoulders, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count. Now again, that wind has died down. The flag barely moving in left center field. And we've gone from no wind to about 10 to 15, about 15 to 25. We just kind of fluctuate, but a beautiful sunny afternoon. Big swing, big miss. And right now, what a rhythm this young lady is in. Hazelton has just gotten better and better as the game has gone on. That's her 6th strikeout. My goodness, let's go back here. I'm going to count again. 1, 2, 3. That's 6. That's 9. That's 11 in a row that she has retired now. 11 in a row for the right-hander, Maddie Hazelton, who is dueling Dickinson's right-hander, Hope Pfaff, who had a string of 8 in a row earlier in the ballgame for Dickinson State. Hazelton has given up no hits. Pfaff has given up 1. Neither has given up a run. Valley City's had 1 error in the ball game. Dickinson State's had 2 base runners. Valley City State's had 2 base runners. Swinging strike 2. Well, Hazelton, as he said, really struggled in that second inning. Walked a batter. Went full count to 3 of the 4 batters she faced. And since then, she has just been spot on, and she is in a rhythm right now. 0-2 the pitch, low and away for a ball. 1-2 the count, so 1-2 count. No score on the CHI St. Alexius L scoreboard. We play in the top of the 5th. Dickinson State, the visitors in this weekend series here at Rivera. Valley City State, the host team, the home team on the scoreboard and scorebook. Here comes the delivery, followed out a play. So the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harrington, her last time out, went out to shortstop. 6-3 on the putout. She bounced out to Nicola. And both teams getting ready now defensively for Valley City State. Offensively for Harrington at the plate. The 1-2 delivery. Looking to make it 12 in a row. And she does. Strikes out the side. Strikeout number 7 in the ball game as Dickinson State has now seen 12 in a row go down. As that'll bring an end to the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We move to the home half of the 5th and a classic pitcher's duel. It's Valley City State nothing, Dickinson State nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Boy Toys.
Well, we come back. Let's move to the bottom of the fifth inning. Valley City State and Dickinson State scoreless. Reagan Maris to the plate, the catcher. She is 0 for 1, flew out in the second inning. Pitch on the way, sails up high from Hope Fath, and the count goes to 3-0. So 3-0 the count. Again, Fath has given up no runs, just one hit. Valley City's Hazelton has given up no runs and no hits. It has been a pitcher's duel. That pitch right down the, oh, they say low, excuse me. That one looked like a strike, but nope, it goes for a ball. Base on ball. That's walk number 2 in the ball game for Hope Fath, and the leadoff batter on. That'll bring McNeil to the plate. Usually you see a bunt in this situation. I think we're going to have a courtesy runner. We are. Coming into the ball game for Valley City State. Hadley Gurley will come in. Joe courtesy run for the catcher. To the plate, McNeil again. Hits from the right-hand side. Todd Fisher's got it all down in his little notepad. And McNeil to the plate. The Valley City State third baseman, 0 for 1. Third baseman again, Hubby, cheating in for Dickinson State. Owes the first baseman. There's a bunt attempt. Waved out and missed for a ball. Or for a strike, excuse me. The count goes to 0-1. So an 0-1 count here in the bottom of the fifth inning. A very quick ball game with no runs, hardly any hits, no walks. It's been quick. There's a bunt. Nicely done. Fath has just one play to first base, and that's a 1-4 putout at first base. But the runner does advance to second. Sack bunt. Well done that time by McNeil. And out number 1. Hazelton to the plate. She popped out to the third baseman. Hubby, her last time up, 0 for 1. So she'll step into the batter's box here in the bottom of the fifth. First time Valley City State's had a runner to second base. As we said, they've had only 2 runners. This one high in the air. That's going to be grabbed by the center fielder, Farrington, and they get it in quickly. F8 on the flyout for out number 2.
Now batting number 13, Avery Kuklinski.
Kuklinski to the plate. Kuklinski will come to the plate with a walk, no official at bat. 2 outs now, 1 on for Valley. Bottom of the fifth inning, no score. Dickinson State and Valley City State. This game less than an hour old. We're already in the bottom of the fifth inning. That pitch down low for a ball. 1-0 the count, so 1-0 count. Fath gets the softball back, steps off the back of the rubber, now toes it, ready to go to work. Kuklinski takes that pitch low and away for ball 2. So Kuklinski, the left fielder, readies herself. Couple of practice strings, steps out. Number 13 on the jersey, steps back into the batter's box. Well, they got 1-1 on the board, so we'll ride this pitch out and see. That's in there for a strike. Again, 1-2 the count. Again, ready. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. Fly ball. Left field. Under it, reaching up, hauling it in, is Dugan for out number 3. So Valley City State gets a walk, but the runner advances to second and no further, and our pitching duel continues. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no 1 left on base for Valley City. 5 complete. We'll be back with the top half of the 6th inning. Dickinson State's at bat. CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Valley City State nothing. Dickinson State nothing. Back in 60 seconds.
At Infinity Real Estate Group, we go to great lengths to find the answers to most any questions our clients may have. We strive to do our best to personalize your buying or selling experience with firsthand knowledge.
Hey Ben, we love the house, but how's the hunting?
Actually, the hunting around here is great. I'd love to show you some spots.
When it's time to choose the team to represent you with all your real estate needs, choose Infinity Real Estate Group.
Rooster.
Experience the Infinity way.
Infinity Real Estate Group.
We've got you.
It's a pledge to make sure you're always taken care of. A pledge that your Touchstone Energy Cooperative honors each and every day. When it comes to keeping things running smoothly or getting them back on track when they're not, we've got you. Always.
Maddie Hazelton struggled in the second, and after that is buckled down. 12 in a row she has retired now. Going here into the top of 6. Hasn't given up a hit yet. A walk. The runner has reached on an air. That one bunted into the screen behind home plate. 0-2 the count, so an 0-2 count. Hazelton hustles off down, goes all the way down and picks up the softball and comes back. Like I said, she's just in a very good place right now. She has just been sparkling on the mound with 12 in a row against Dickinson State, and no hits given up yet. There's the pitch outside and low for a ball. And the count goes to 1-2, so a 1-2 count. Pretty good spot on that pitch for a 2-strike pitch for a batter to take. But Potter, the veteran she is, out of Bismarck High School, the senior right fielder, took it. And the count goes to 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. Well, that one she took. That one in there for strikeout number 3. That's 13 in a row. She has struck out 4 in a row now at the plate, so that's 13 in a row. Strikeout number 8 in the ball game for the right-hander, Hazelton. I think you could safely say she's got Dickinson State's number right now. I mean, there's no ands, ifs, and ors about it. As Hazelton goes to the windup, here's the pitch, high and away for a ball. Leadoff hitter Stevenson. Stevenson has struck out and grounded out, 0 for 2. Top of the 6th inning, Valley City State nothing, Dickinson State nothing. Hawks the visitors, Valley City, the Vikings the home team here at Pregame Field. And what's been a really sparkling ball game. Hit to the shortstop, fielded cleanly. Oh, there's the first hit for Dickinson State. What a job by Stevenson. She just beat it out. Not much the shortstop could do. Wasn't hit real hard. She came up firing, but Stevenson well across the bag before the throw even got there. So first hit of the ball game, and that ends the streak at 13 in a row. And what an impressive that streak it was for Hazelton. That's the first hit of the ball game for Dickinson State. And they have a runner at first, and Wilhelm to the plate. Wilhelm 0 for 2 in the ball game. She is again lined out and grounded out. That pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. She'll step back in. Wilhelm, one of the top hitters for the Hawks, at 388. Readies herself. Here comes the pitch. Out of play. 0-2. So again, quickly ahead in the count. It's Hazelton. She said she struggled a bit with that control in that second inning. Gave up a walk, then a sac bunt, and then went 3-2 and 3-2. Got outs, and ever since that point, she has just really been unstoppable until that infield hit by Stevenson, the leadoff hitter. That pitch way upstairs. 1-2 the count. That pitch sailed up high. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Get about 58 degrees right now. South wind about 15 to 25. Bright sunshine here at Pregame Field, Sanford Sports Complex. And again, the 1-2 delivery on the way. Out of play over the Valley City State dugout down the first baseline. As we said, nice crowd here from Valley City State. Nice group of fans also here from Dickinson State taking in the ball game. As we play on a Friday afternoon at about 3 o'clock Mountain Time, 4 o'clock Central Time. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. On the way again, out of play over towards the Valley City bullpen area down there, down the first baseline, and the count stays at 1-2. So 1-2 the count. Dickinson State, Valley City State, Blue Hawks and Vikings. Great rivalry in any sport. And they're enjoying one today here in this matchup, a real pitcher's duel between Hazelton and Pfaff. That one followed out of play. Both have given up just 1 hit. Neither has given up a run. Hazelton has walked just 1. Pfaff has walked a couple of batters. So there's been a lot of base runners in this quickly paced ball game here as we play in the 6th inning of this contest. And no score on the CHI St. Alexis South scoreboard. That one bounced up there. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. So a 2-2 count. Outfield will be deep. Decker, the Dickinson High product, in center field. Kuklinski in left field. And Bogenreef in right field. All pretty deep. Here comes the delivery on the way. Upstairs again for a ball. Now the runner's going to go down to second as the catcher dropped the ball. So that'll be a pass ball. Stevenson kind of hesitated and not after real quickly was Maris. And the ball got right behind the umpire, right behind the home plate. And she just didn't get it up quick enough to go down to second. So pass ball allows that lead runner to move down to second. And Wilhelm ready at the plate. Here's the pitch on the way. Line towards the gap. That'll get by the left fielder. They're going to send the runner. The throw's going to be cut off. And how about that? Dickinson State comes up with the first run of the ball game. Wilhelm just spanked that. The left fielder did a nice job. Kuklinski getting there, but it got to the gap. She cut it off and held Wilhelm to just a base hit. But it's a RBI base hit, and Dickinson State jumps out to a 1-0 lead over Valley City State here in the top of the 6th inning. Majeski, the leading hitter for the Hawks on the year, has reached on an error and then just spanked the ball back to the pitcher off her glove. That time of Hazelton back in the 4th inning to the second baseman, Maynard, to the first baseman, Keene, for the putout. That pitch high and away for a ball. And right now, Hazelton just a little bit out of sync after retiring 13 in a row to begin this inning. Got a strikeout. That was her 4th strikeout in a row. And she had her 13 in a row, and then that little infield hit, and then a solid hit, and then a pass ball, and the Dickinson State Hawks have taken the lead. There's going to be the throw to second for 1, and that's all they're going to get. So it's a fielder's choice for Lejeski, and she reaches first base. And Wilhelm goes out on the putout 4-6 for out number 2. And that'll bring Hubby to the plate. Hubby a strikeout and a fly out to short. We're going to have a courtesy runner here, I do believe so, for Lejeski. He's coming in to run number 31 for Dickinson State, Izzy Kelly.
Now running for the Blue Hawks, number 31, Izzy Kelly.
So Izzy Kelly comes in, the freshman out of Cheyenne, Wyoming, into the ball game. And to the plate, Hubby comes. Hubby on the year for Dickinson State, hitting at .364. Has 33 RBIs, second in the team in RBIs. Home runs 5, second in that category. And doubles, second, tied for that category with Octavia Meyer. A 1-0 lead now for Dickinson State as we play here in the top of the 6th inning. Valley City State hadn't given up a hit, then 2 hits back-to-back infield, and then the traditional one to the gap in left field, put Dickinson State out in front, 1-0. Still a real pitcher's duel going on between Hazelton of Valley and Fath of Dickinson State. And again, ready. Here comes the pitch on the way. Right field, that'll drift well out of play as they push it down the right side out of the field all the way over to the parking lot area. 0-1 the count. Again, ready to go back to work on the mound. The right-hander, Maddie Hazelton. That pitch not in. There's a throw down to second and in safely with the stolen base. It's Kelly. So Kelly with the stolen base. Checks in at second base. And back into the batter's box. Hubby now with an opportunity for an RBI. 2-1 count. Inside for ball 3 to Hubby. 3-1 the count, so 3-1 count. Octavia Meyer on deck for Dickinson State. 1-0 now. Dickinson State in the lead here. The ice finally broken. All goose eggs top and bottom of the scoreboard through 5 complete. This one looped into right field, right center. It's going to drop in. That's going to score another run. Decker's going to bring it in. They'll let it come through, but the runner scores. The runner will hold at first base, and Hubby with a base hit. And all of a sudden, Dickinson State has found their offense. Didn't have a hit through 5 innings. Now have 3 in the ball game. Coming in to score is Kelly, the courtesy runner. It's a 2-0 lead, and Hubby with a hit and an RBI. And Dickinson leads it. Now they're going to have a visit out at the mound. 2-0 lead for the Blue Hawks. Meyer getting ready to hit, the left-handed hitting DP. That Valley City will break it up on the mound. No coaches came out, just a team meeting out at the mound. Again, Hazelton, as we said, cruised through the first 5 innings, and now a little bump in the road, but still a lot of softball left to be played. Valley City, of course, the home team in this weekend series, still has 2 at-bats. Dickinson State here with their next to last at-bat has put 2 runs across with 3 hits and lead it now on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard 2-0. And to the plate, Octavia Meyer, a walk and a ground out. She is 0 for 1. Pitch on the way. In there for a strike. Trying to see if we got a courtesy runner in there for Hubby. And, oh, no. Let's double check it. Meyer to the plate. We'll take a look over there. The count 0-1. Here comes the pitch. High and away for a ball. 1-1. Checking in. Yeah, Jersey Morris courtesy running now for Hubby. So Morris, a courtesy runner. Morris checks in, a sophomore from Havre, Montana. Here comes the pitch. Lined into left field. Another solid hit. Boy, Dickinson State all of a sudden has found their bats. Runners on first and second. 2 runs are in.
Number 28, Jaden Sable.
Sable to the plate. She had a sac bunt and a strikeout. She is 0 for 1. Sable will hit from the right side. So Sable readies herself at the plate. Pitch low. The runner's going to head to third and end safely at third base. That'll be a kind of, I don't know whether they call that a wild pitch. Kind of bounced up there and the catcher knocked. I'm going to give that a wild pitch. Morris will go over to third base, and down to second goes Meyer. And Sable has the count at 1-0. So 1-0. Comes the pitch on the way. Did she go? Yes, she did. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sable falls behind in the count, or goes even in the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sable at .353 on the year for the Blue Hawks. Golden opportunity for the Hawks to get a little breathing room. 2-0 here. They lead. A pitch on away for a ball. 2-1 the count, so a 2-1 count. So a 2-1 count. Well, this has been our longest half inning of this entire ball game. As we said, it was 0-0 through 5 innings. Dickinson State didn't have a hit to the 6th, and now they've strung together 4 straight hits, and they've taken the lead 2-0. Sable has the count go to 3-1 now as that pitch misses for a ball. On deck, Dugan. To the wristband, Hazelton goes, trying to get out of this jam. Ball 4, base on ball, so the bases are loaded. 8th batter of the inning coming up, only the 2nd walk of the ball game. And now we're going to have a visit to the mound by Matt Gable. I don't know if we're going to have a pitching change or not. We'll just keep it here for a second. Boy, Hazelton, you feel for her because, I mean, she was just brilliant through 5 innings. I mean, my goodness, she had struck out 8. She had retired 13 in a row to lead off the 6th inning with a strikeout, and that was 4 strikeouts in a row. No pitching change, so Coach Gable just trying to go and settle down. And after that strikeout, infield hit by Stevenson. She eventually came around to score. Wilhelm had a hit, and then they had the fielder's choice at second. And then again, a single by Hubby drove in a run. Meyer got a hit. So again, the wheels just have kind of wobbled now for Hazelton, who through 5 innings, I don't think he could be any better than she was anywhere. And now the 6th inning has just been kind of a breakdown inning for her, and she's just trying to get through it and out of it. Bases loaded for Dickinson State. They're up 2-0 on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard, and a battle of leaders in the Frontier Conference. That pitch in there for a strike. Dugan, a strikeout in the 2nd, a strikeout in the 5th, so she's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Dugan comes in at .333 for Dickinson State at the plate. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Strike 2. Beautiful pitch that time by Hazelton. She's trying to close out this inning with no further damage. Again ready. on the mound. Hazelton comes to the windup. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Out of play down the right side. And the count goes right where it was at. 0-2 on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Great to be with you on Consolidated TV. Channel 18 across Southwest and Western North Dakota. Great to be with you all across the region on KDIX 1230 AM, FM 100.7 and KDIX.net. Follow ball into the screen. So the count stays 0-2. We'll get the softball back into play, and we'll get ready to go right back to work. Again, beautiful sunshiny afternoon. Temperatures approaching 60 degrees here in Dickinson. Wind's been calm to southwest at 5 to 15, 10 to 20, and 15 to 25. We're kind of in that 10 to 20 range now. There's the ball fouled down the right side, and it'll drift into the bullpen area. So everybody goes back, and the count stays at 0-2. So Dugan proven to be a tough customer here. She's battling to stay alive. Count at 0-2. Dugan readies herself at the plate. Dickinson State leads now 2-0 in the top of the 6th inning. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. Followed down the right side. Is there room to stay in the park? Nope, it drifts out of play again. So Dugan racking up foul balls, and now Hazelton gets a new softball, and she's ready to go. Dugan will step back in. All the base runners are back. Morris at third, the courtesy runner. Meyer at second, and Sable at first. And here comes the 0-2 delivery on the way. That's a wild pitch, but not. Well, they're going to send her. Here comes the throw. I think they got her. Nope, she's safe. Now she had the hand on the plate, and the tag was up high. So the count will go to 1-2 And Hubby will come in, or let's make that Morris will come in to score, make it a 3-0 ball game. Over to third goes Meyer. Down to second goes Sable, and it's a 1-2 count on the wild pitch. Coming in to score again is Morris. Here comes the pitch on the way, up high for ball 2. So 2-0 the count, and again that time the base runner, Morris, kind of hesitated. Then the throw came in about hip high to the pitcher, who got the tag down, but the hand came on the plate, and then the tag was up the arm. The home plate umpire, Todd Fisher, right over the plate, and the tag immediately called safe. Here comes the pitch, right in the right field. That'll score 1 run. Let's see what they're going to do. Now they're going to, nope, they're going to send her. Ball bounces around. That'll be an error on the throw. And my goodness, the wheels have completely fallen off here for Valley City. So that's a base hit. That'll be an RBI. The second run comes in, will not be an RBI. Meyer crosses the plate. Then Sable hustles in on the bad throw on the cutoff. And at second base now for Valley City State, or for Dickinson State, is Dugan, so she has a hit. So 5, again, hits in this inning for Dickinson State after no hits. Now let's see what we've got. I don't know what the call is here. Go put the runners back. Okay, so let's take a runaway. Meyer will score. The runner at third will not score. Apparently they said either interference or obstruction, one of the two. So let's put Sable back at third. Let's put Dugan back at first. And let's take a run off the scoreboard. So it is a 4-0 lead now for Dickinson State. So apparently behind, there's a little congestion behind home plate when that wild throw came through. And I think the umpires got on top of right away discussion and made the change. That ball fouled out of play. Farrington to the plate, the 9th batter of this inning. Unbelievable. "17 batters through the first 5 innings for Hazelton. She's facing her 9th batter here in the 6th inning. That pitch outside for a ball. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Funny how this game works, whether it's softball, baseball, sometimes basketball's like that, football's like that. You just never know. And this was completely out of context. You didn't think this was going to happen at all, and it all of a sudden has exploded for Dickinson State, and the bottom has kind of dropped out for Valley City State, but still a lot of time, like we said, left to go. Here in the top of the 6th inning, Dickinson again on the scoreboard. The visitors, Valley City, the home team. A 4-0 lead on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. for Dickinson State. Here comes the delivery on the way. That hits her. So hit by pitch.
Now batting number 33, Ashley Potter.
Dugan down to second. Sable still at third. Ninth batter of the inning, Ashley Potter, the 10th batter of the inning, the number 9 batter. I think we're going to have a pinch hitter maybe for Dickinson State. Potter has struck out twice, 0 for 2. Well, this has been a long inning here. After playing 55 minutes the first 5 innings.
24, Bailey Berg.
Bailey Berg is going to pinch hit, so Berg will step into the batter's box. So Bailey Berg steps in to hit. Bailey hitting at .462 on the season. Has a total of 4 RBIs on the year and 3 doubles, and she bats with the bases loaded. So Sable will come on to third base, stay on third base. Dugan will stay at second, and Farrington at first hit by the pitch, and Berg will bat here. Bailey batting in the top of the 6th. Dickinson State up 4-0. That pitch high for a ball. Hey, the kind of pinch hitting extraordinaire. She does a good job with the bat. Hits the ball well, and she steps back into the batter's box. 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way. Outside corner for a strike. 1-1 the count. Berg, 6 hits and 13 plate appearances. I think her grandpa hits a little better than that, but not much. And again, ready to go to work. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. That pitch misses outside. 2-1 the count, so a 2-1 count. I say that, Rick, with all good meaning, I'd say. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rick Reed is her grandpa, dear friend of mine out of Billings, Montana. That pitch down low for ball 3. So 3-1 the count. And I bet you a dime to the dollar he's listening or watching or maybe doing both today. So the count is 3-1 to Bailey, and she'll take a good look at this pitch from Hazelton. Here comes the 3-1 delivery on the way. Swinging strike 2, big cut. Well, she had a good rip at that one, but the ball got into the catcher's glove for strike 2. So 3-2 the count. So a 3-2 count. And again, ready on the mound. Hazelton just trying to get out of this, but has turned to a big-time mess here in the top of the 6th inning. Here comes the pitch. Swinging strike 3. Berg goes down for out number 3. But Dickinson State in the inning comes up with 4 runs.
Sports Complex Softball scoreboard sponsors.
With 4 runs on 5 hits. There was 1 error committed by Valley City State in the ball game, and there was a total of 3 left on base. We go to the home half of the 6th. CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Dickinson State 4, Valley City State nothing. We'll be back on Consolidated and KDX. Let's make this a short break, a 30-second break.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Leading off for the Vikings, number 6, Pascal Keene.
All right, well, let's see what Dickinson State does now. Hope Fast was on the bench forever and ever in that inning. That inning took just about 20-plus minutes. And Dickinson State, who had not had a hit in the ball game, had seen Maddie Hazelton retire 13 in a row, and then the wheels came off, and they've scored 4 runs, and they did it on 5 hits, and that pitch from Pfaff in there for the strike. Top of the order, Keene will lead it off. Keene has followed out to the catcher and flown out to the left fielder, Dugan, in the ball game. 0-1 count coming. Here comes the pitch on the way, right at third base. Up with it, Hubby over to first, 5-3 on the putout, and 1 up and 1 down for Valley City State in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Now batting number 22, Madden Bogenreef.
Bogenreef comes to the plate. Madden Bogenreef, the right fielder for Valley City State. Bogenreef, 329, hits from the left side. She hit it hard last time up right at the first baseman, Sable. And Sable on the line just slapped it to the ground, picked it up, and raced to first base. So the count, 1-0, so a 1-0 count. Bogenreef again ready. Here comes the delivery on the way. Low and away for ball 2, 2-0 the count. So 2-0 count. Kennedy Stone on deck. Stone 2 flyouts, 1 to right, 1 to center. Deep to center was that 1 flyout. Again ready. 2-0 delivery from Pfaff. Into the screen, foul tipped. Count goes to 2-1, so a 2-1 count. So 2-1 the count. Pfaff, again, remember, has given up no runs and just 1 hit. Struck out 3. She has walked 2. Here comes the pitch. Fly ball, left field, drifting into foul territory. Long run that time for Dugan and couldn't get to it, so the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. We play here in the bottom of the 6th inning at Rivera Field. Frontier Conference softball action. The 2 teams atop the league standings, Valley City and Dickinson State, getting after it. Here's the pitch. Fly ball deep to center field. Racing back, not able to get to it as Bogenreef will head into second base. Went the opposite way and got it up and into the jet stream, and it sails to the fence. Getting it in quickly is Farrington, so a double second hit of the ball game for Valley City State. And to the plate will come Kennedy Stone. So Stone will come to the plate. Bogenreef gets rid of those gloves and gets another glove put on, and now they'll go back to work with Stone to the plate. Stone 0 for 2. She'll try to get something going for Valley City State. Here comes the pitch. In there for a strike. A little change of pace that time by the right-hander, Hope Pfaff, the Dickinson Trinity grad, Dickinson High softball product, and again ready. Pfaff on the mound, 0-1 delivery on the way, drops it in there again for a strike, 0-2 the count. So an 0-2 count. So 0-2 the count. Again the delivery on the way, swinging, strike 3. Stone chased it, couldn't catch it, and that's strikeout number 4 for Hope Pfaff. Out number 2 for Valley City State, and Boehner to the plate. She's 1 for 2 in the ball game. And again, Pfaff ready to go to work on the mound. Pfaff takes a look at that wristband. Decker on deck for Valley City State. Oh, what have we got? Okay, now we're ready to go to work. Not quite sure what the delay was for, but had a little delay. Here comes the pitch on the way. In there for a strike. 0-1 the count, so an 0-1 count. Dickinson State in the lead, 4-0 now over Valley City State. Fly ball. Shortstop under it, behind second base, and that'll be hauled in by Stevenson for out number 3. So F6 on the flyout. Valley City State comes up with no runs on 1 hit. No Dickinson errors, 1 left on base. 6 complete on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Dickinson State, 4 runs on 5 hits and no errors. And Valley City State, through 6 innings, no runs on 2 hits. They've committed 2 errors. We're back to Rivera Field on KDIX and Consolidated TV. And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Saving money feels impossible when you're young, but Western Cooperative Credit Union is here to help. Our CU Succeed program gives you monthly interest payments, free checking, easy and secure online banking, and a 1% discount on a one-time loan. Plus, earn cash for being on the honor roll with our Good Grades program. Get started today at WCCU.org, Western Cooperative Credit Union. Join the herd. Visit us today. Federally insured by NCUA.
City, boy, they have been a great sponsor of our sports activities and our advertising at Dickinson State. Wish him and the wife the best of luck in their retirement and wish him good success. And again, a tip of the hat to Chuck and the crew at Furniture City as they're getting ready to end a great career in that store at Furniture City. Pitch in there for a strike. Nope, they say low for a ball, excuse me. So we will go now to the top of the 7th inning. Leading it off for Dickinson State is the leadoff hitter, Stockton Stevenson. She started all this for the Blue Hawks. There's a bouncer to second base, fielded cleanly, and they get Stevenson by a step. Boy, she's got some quicks down that line. She made that play interesting. 4-3 on the put out is Stevenson. Wilharm to the plate. She is singled and drove in a run in this ball game. Wilharm will step up to the plate. Here comes the pitch. High fly ball in the center field. Decker's got it measured. She drifts over into right center. Good range that time by Jenna. Hauls it in for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down.
Number 26, Brooke Lejeski.
Lejeski to the plate. Lejeski has reached base twice on a fielder's choice and an error, and then hit in a 1-4-3 put out off the pitcher's glove to the second baseman to first for the 1-4-3 put out, then reached on a fielder's choice, was pinch run for, and then eventually that spot scored a run. That pitch again in there for a strike to Lejeski. 0-1 the count, so an 0-1 count. Again, looking to that wristband is Hazelton. Pitch on the way. Big cut, big miss that time for Lejeski. 0-2 the count. So Lejeski again for Dickinson State, leading hitter at .442. Leads the team in RBIs, 41 home runs, 8 doubles, 12. She has had a monster season and also leads the team in hits with 42. Pitch on the way, big cut, big miss, and that brings an end to the inning. Strikeout number 9 in the ball game for Hazelton and Dickinson State. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. Last call for Valley City State as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Dickinson State 4, Valley City State nothing, back in 60 seconds.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Valley City State at the plate. Let's see. The Vikings will have Decker, Maris, and McNeil to the plate. Decker again, the Dickinson High grad. Takes the pitch, the sophomore for the Vikings, low and away for a ball. Decker has grounded out to second and popped out the first. 1-0 the count. 4-0 lead. Valley City State trying to work their way back into this ball game. Pitch on the way. Lined into left field. That'll be a base hit. Nice diving effort that time by Stevenson at shortstop. Decker dives back in first base safely. I think she thought it was going to go a little further, but the shortstop just got a bit of it with the glove and puts it into left field. So Decker has her first hit. Valley City their third hit. And to the plate, Maris comes to the plate. Bath on the mound, trying to get the complete game victory. She has pitched a dandy today for Dickinson State. 8-1 on the season. Pitch down low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Bath again on the season. 7-1, excuse me. Earned run average of 3.04, and that's improved today so far, but we're not done yet. That pitch down low for ball 2, so 2-0 the count. So a 2-0 count. Valley City State down 4-0. Their last at bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing Dickinson State on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, throw down to first, but Decker back in easily. So 2 balls and 1 strike, so 2-1 the count. Third base for Dickinson, it's Hubby. Stevenson at shortstop. Wilhelm at second. Sable at first. Majeski behind the plate. Swinging strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Miras again has flown out and reached on a walk. 0 for 1 in the ball game. And Dickinson State leading at 4-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. Fly ball. That'll drift over the Valley City dugout and out of play. And the count stays at 2-2. So 2-2 the count. Like we said, busy place here in Northwest Dickinson. The back packed with track and field athletes, boys and girls. Hundreds and hundreds here for the Class B Trinity meet. Got a great crowd at the Bavera Field. The little looper in the right field coming in, dropping the ball in, and was the right fielder. Potter came in. Second baseman went out. And that time Wilhelm gave way to Potter, who let it bounce in front of her. The runner, Decker, had to hold up, and she goes out on the force out 9-4. She couldn't go because if she did and it was caught, it looked like it would be quickly by Potter, but Potter then let it drop and just threw Decker out. It's a fielder's choice for Miras, and she's down at first base. 2-1 out now and 1 on for Valley City. McNeil to the plate, a strikeout, and she has also had a sacrifice bunt. 0 for 1. That pitch misses for a ball. 1-0 the count. So 1-0 count. Dickinson State ready. Defensively, Valley City again at the plate. Bounded to third base. It could be 2. Hubby to second. Nope, they won't get 2. Throw to first. Good legs that time by McNeil. She legs it out, but 5-4 on the putout. Fielder's choice for McNeil, and that will bring Hazelton to the plate.
14,
Hazelton will come to the plate. She hits from the right-hand side. Dickinson State trying to close it out now. 1 out away from improving in league play to 11-4. And 23-12 overall. Really been a good season for the Blue Hawks. Swinging strike by Hazelton. 0-1 the count. What a job by Hope Pfaff today for Dickinson State. Struck out 4, has walked 2, given up 3 hits. Has not given up a run in the ballgame. Here comes the pitch. Bounded towards the second baseman. They'll just tag the runner out. 4 unassisted, and there's your ballgame. Dickinson State will win it on the CHI St. Alexius Soundboard. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Dickinson, no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. Valley City, your winning pitcher, Hope Pfaff, goes to 8-1. What a job by that young lady. And a tough luck loss kind of for the right-hander, Maddie Hazelton, who had 6 outstanding innings. Just had that bump in the road in the 6th inning when she gave up 5 hits and a total of 4 runs. And she is the losing pitcher for Valley City State. Our log, our length of game, 1 hour and 35 minutes. Still a very quick game, but boy, we were on pace to do this one in about 1 hour and 15, hour and 10. But that 6th inning slowed it down a bit. But Dickinson State wins it. And again, the Blue Hawks now on the season in conference play go to 11-4. Overall, they go to 23-12. Valley City State slips to 6-3 in the Frontier. And overall, Valley City State now 16-14. Post-game show in 3 minutes on KDIX and Consolidated.
You have big dreams for your community. At Rivera, so do we. Giving back more than $1 million locally each year. It's something bigger than time and money. We give heart. Wearing bright yellow and lending a hand. It's not just giving back.
Watch your step.
It's building forward.
Nice and easy.
With local sponsorships and decision-making, the impact is felt everywhere. It's who we are. Bavera. Let's forge ahead together.
Do you think Benny Paulson from Breaking 8 has only played 1 gig?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to my first gig. After this concert, I'm retiring.
Of course not. Whether you're in a band playing multiple gigs a week or a family running multiple devices in your house, you need the speed and reliability to keep up. Multi-gig speeds with no lag, no buffering, always running at maximum volume. Feel like a rock star and call Consolidated for the multi-gig speed you need to amp up your internet today.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Need a new car? Well, Dan is your man.
What do you mean I'm your man?
Well, you're the one that came up with the idea of free car washes for life.
That was a great idea. Look, here comes another one.
Da-da-da! Crime fighters to the rescue!
Buy any vehicle from Dan Porter Motors and enjoy free car washes for life.
Gonna need more bubbles.
Wait a second. Who's Bubbles?
Dan Porter Motors, baby approved, grown up guaranteed.
Boy Toys.
Game show upon us, 4-0 win for Dickinson State in Game 1, a game that saw both teams do absolutely nothing through 5 innings. A no-hitter for Matty Hazelton of Valley City State through 5. Dickinson State's Hope Pfaff had given up just 1 hit through 5. Neither team had scored. Then Dickinson State broke it open in the 6th inning after Hazelton had recorded her 13th consecutive batter retired. Then the bottom fell out. Dickinson State put together 5 hits and 4 runs in the 6th inning with 1 out, and then held off Valley City in the bottom half of the 6th and 7th for the 4-0 victory. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Dickinson, no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. Valley City State. Hope Pfaff, the winning pitcher, again struck out a total in the ball game of 3 batters and walked a total of 4 batters, struck out 4, walked 2, and gave up 3 hits in the contest for Dickinson State. Hitting leaders, well, Stockton Stevenson had a hit, a run scored. Will Harm a hit and a RBI in the ball game. Hubby a hit, a run scored, and an RBI, and a hit for Meyer, and a hit and a RBI for Dugan in the ball game. So there's your final score, 4-0. Again, an hour and 35 minutes, quickly played ball game. We've got one more timeout from ND Pharmacy. Then we'll come back with our player of the game for you in 30 seconds on Consolidated.
At Infinity Real Estate Group, we go to great lengths to find the answers to most any questions our clients may have. We strive to do our best to personalize your buying or selling experience with firsthand knowledge.
I love this area. How close to Medora are we?
Oh, just a hop, skip, and a bike ride away.
When it's time to choose the team to represent you with all your real estate needs, choose Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
Infinity Real Estate Group.
Thank you much, ND Pharmacy. Our player of the game, Hope Pfaff. What a job by that young lady on the mound. Goes to 8-1 on the season as she pitches a 3-hitter, a shutout game, strikes out a total of 4, walked a total of only 2 in the ball game, and Hope Pfaff, our ND Pharmacy player of the game. All right, guys, at the studio, not quite sure, but I'm thinking not a lot of time in between games, maybe 10 minutes or so. I'm going to take a quick break here. I'll get back on the line with you. We'll keep this line open. I'll get a hold of you via my cell phone, and we'll get set up for game number 2. But let's kind of plan for about 10 minutes. I think we got grain markets and that type of thing to sneak in. So let's send it back to the studio. Tristan Sturr, Mike Renner, Jim Dow, and we'll be back here probably in about 10 minutes to get going with game number 2. Again, game number 1, Dickinson State 4, Valley City State nothing. Back in about 10.